What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and today I'm going to be talking about, once again, that lovely ray of sunshine, that beacon of hope and justice that we call Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. Okay, getting over that. Now, as you guys are aware, there has been a lot, and I mean a lot, of controversy surrounding Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. It started off with Exhibit A.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
And then it continued to go on this downhill plummet into chaos, and a lot of YouTubers have covered it, and a lot of people, including myself, have done many videos on the topic because we love Marvel, we love superheroes, and we can't stand to see what is happening with it. We can't stand to see this franchise that has been around for over 10 years, that has been amazing, and it's that's not even a word, it has brought the world together with this new age of superheroes. It gave us characters like Iron Man, which is Robert Downey Jr., that brought Iron Man for the first time to the big screen, and we got to see that, and we got to see the entire arc of the Iron Man character. And when you watch Endgame, Iron Man is the best part of that movie, and that was really an ode to Tony Stark. And just having someone like Stan Lee, who was alive for a majority of it, see these things that he created come to life, it was an amazing thing. It was a worldwide phenomenon, and that is what the Marvel Cinematic Universe gave to the world. And then, right before the biggest freaking box office blowout ever with Avengers Endgame, they had to insert a movie, which is Captain Marvel. And this Captain Marvel decided that, hey, guess what? There's never been a female superhero before. Apparently, Wonder Woman doesn't count because she's in DC, but apparently Black Widow doesn't count either. Apparently Gamora and Nebula, nobody cares about them. Apparently freaking Scarlet Witch, we don't need her. Apparently all these other amazing female characters, which are in every single Marvel movie, they don't count anymore because we have to make the way for Brie Larson and Captain Marvel, and she's going to be the one that saves us women. She's going to be the one for little girls to look up to. Not, characters like Jane Foster, who has a freaking Nobel Prize. No, not characters like Gamora and Nebula, who literally have the villain of the entire MCU as a father, and they have to contend with that, and they have to survive. Not characters like that. Not characters like Pepper Potts, who doesn't have superpowers. There's nothing special about her except the fact that she is incredibly intelligent, and she takes over Stark Industries for Tony Stark. She's an incredible woman. So, no, we can't look at characters like that. We can't look up to women like that. No, we have to have Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. So they inserted this movie into the MCU timeline, and guess what? Oh my gosh, Brie Larson steps in, and she's like, I'm going to be the face for little girls to look up to. I'm going to be the one that saves everyone. There has never been a woman in the forefront of an industry like this. I'm going to be the first one, and I'm going to do it for other women. Okay. We all saw the bullshit in that. We all called her out on the bullshit. And it's very apparent the stuff that this woman is doing and how she is using politics to protect her. She is the most protected woman in Hollywood right now. You go look at those interviews. You can go watch that interview. It went around on Twitter for a long time of Brie Larson going, thank you very much. I do my own stunts, and basically dissing her male co-stars. And when you watch the other interviews, they literally cut to protect her, so they don't show that horrible woman making that disgusted face at freaking Thor when he makes the comparison of how she's like, I do my own stunts, and he's like, well, are you trying to be like Tom Cruise then, because Tom Cruise is known for doing his own stunts? She's like, I want to be the first me, thank you very much. It's like, you don't think other women do their stunts? You don't think anyone that's playing a superhero does stunts? And everything this woman has done on the marketing campaign, not only for Captain Marvel, but then for Avengers. Oh my gosh. It's like, you want to see the most uncomfortable, narcissistic, disgusting, pessimistic person that you will ever have to encounter in your life, go watch any one of the Brie Larson videos for Captain Marvel or for Endgame. And then you can go look at the past, and you can go look at the campaigns that she did for Kong. She is one of the most pleasant people you will ever see. All she wants to do is talk about the movie, how fun it is to work with all these people. But guess what? The second she got signed on to be the first female lead in a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, all that went out the door, and guess what? She brought in politics. So if anyone says anything, oh, you're against her because you don't like her politics. It's like, well, Cecil said this on his channel. Every other actor or actress that are in Marvel, they all have the exact same politics. The difference between them and Brie Larson, and the reason why people hate Brie Larson and people don't hate on the other people, minus Chris Evans. I don't get involved with any of that. I don't know too much about that, but when I see the stuff with Brie Larson, what she's saying, it's like, you're trying to represent people like me. You are not only trying to represent people like me, you're trying to represent children as well. So you want the children to look up at you, yet you are going around saying that you don't think there's too many, we need to add more seats to the table. I don't want to know what a 40-year-old white dude thinks about A Wrinkle in Time, when if you actually watched A Wrinkle in Time, guess what? It's about a dude that's in his 40s and he's white, and guess what? It's about his daughter who happens to be interracial because her mother is black and her father is white. So men, there are plenty of men in the world that have interracial children and they themselves are white. So you saying you're excluding an entire group of people which you know nothing about. You don't know if those 40-year-old white dudes that you're saying can't go have an opinion on a movie, what if they have interracial children? What if they are more involved with this like you? I use the example of David Bowie. David Bowie's wife was from Africa. He spent years of his life trying to help out people in Africa, trying to help out the children of Somali. He has an interracial daughter. He is more invested in a film like A Wrinkle in Time than Brie Larson would be. So she's going around spreading this just because she wants the political backing to protect her for this whole campaign. And they're setting up for her to be the new face of Marvel. And guess what? That was the whole thing. They were setting up for it. They fixed it. Now they're going back with their main guy, Spider-Freaking-Man. I think that's a great call. Great for them. But guess what? Whenever you try to argue about Brie Larson, whenever you mention Brie Larson's name in a negative contest, her bots come at you, and they come at you from everywhere. My last Brie Larson video is about the Brie Larson bots. The link for it is down in the description below if you missed it. They are ruthless and they are ignorant. They use the whole thing about, oh, well, Brie Larson is perfect. You don't even understand. It's like, well, do you not even realize that the girl that you're saying is perfect has had plastic surgery? But they don't want to acknowledge that. They want to slam on other female superheroes because they look too sexualized, and that's a problem. And it's like, well, go look at freaking Brie Larson. She's trying to sexualize herself every single time she goes out and goes to a red carpet event. Everything is out there. You can see everything. Not that she has much, but you can freaking see it. But then she wants to go parading around talking about how when she was getting casted, how they had to have a sit-down talk, her and Kevin Feige, and he's like, don't worry, you're not going to be wearing the little spandex thing. You're going to be wearing, you're going to be covered. And she's like, oh, thank goodness, because I don't want to be a bad example for little girls. It's like, okay, look at yourself on the red carpet. And so everyone's argument is that she made $1 billion at the box office. She did it. She did that. No, Brie Larson didn't make that money. Brie Larson 100% did not make that money. That was not Brie Larson. You could switch out Brie Larson with any other actress, and guess what? It probably made more money. It 100% would have made more money if it wasn't Brie Larson. But guess what? The reason why it made $1 billion was because, guess what? It had Marvel on it. You make Brie Larson go be the superhero with outside of this franchise, this movie would have flopped because it didn't have that backing. It didn't have 10 years of other characters paving the way for her. That is why it made over $1 billion, because everyone wanted to know how it tied into Endgame. That is what the general public wanted to see. And guess what? Their whole argument is, well, guess what? It made $1 billion. Brie Larson is untouchable. Brie Larson is the best. She won an Oscar. And guess what? Oh my gosh, even Rotten Tomatoes had to jump in, and they had to change their entire website. There was this big scandal. I covered it. Basically, every single YouTuber covered it. the want to see on Rotten Tomatoes got taken away. The little option, if you want to see it or you don't want to see it, got taken away because they said trolls were giving it bad reviews. When actually, people were just commenting saying, hey, I'm not interested in seeing this movie. I'm just giving my opinion because of the way and the politics that this woman is bringing in. I'm not going to go support a movie like this. I don't want my children to go watch a movie like this when the main actress is going around saying, I don't want white men to come see this movie. I don't want white men. Well, she didn't say that about Captain Marvel. She was saying that about A Wrinkle in Time, about critics and everything. But the way that she is carrying herself, the things that are coming out of her mouth, people do not like that. People do not want that in a superhero movie. So the want to see plummeted. I think the lowest I was able to capture was 27%. So the want to see went down all the way to 27%. Rotten Tomatoes changed their entire website to protect Brie Larson. And then even on their Facebook page, they changed their cover photo to a picture of her to show, like, indirectly that, hey, we're doing this because we support Brie Larson. And they are changing everything. And the guy that owns Fandango worked at Disney for 10 freaking years. It must have been very easy for them to pick up the phone, call over, hey, yo, Fandango. Yeah, dude, what's up? Oh, guess what? Something's going on with our movie that we're really trying to promote. Can you fix it for us? Yeah, no problem. I'll fix that for you. And they fixed it. And then they were saying, oh, look, it's getting all these great reviews. People loved it. And then the best I heard from people that actually had wanted nothing to do with the new hype, the news about it. They just wanted to go watch the movie. Guess what? My friend, was super excited about the movie. She's like, best it was meh. One of her friends told me this. She's like, oh yeah, I told one of my friends to watch your video and he was completely against you. And he's like, oh no, your friend is wrong. Everything that she said in her video isn't going to happen. Guess what? Came back? Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have watched her video. I really didn't want to agree with her, but everything she said in that video happened. It's exactly like she said. I called it. I called it a month before the freaking movie came out. Every single thing that I said in this video was exactly what happened in the movie. So, guess what? Guess what? For freaking shadowing, it's all there if you just look at the freaking evidence. And now, we have a speck of justice. Because let's take a look at what has happened to Captain Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes now. Alright, I have Rotten Tomatoes pulled up as you can see. And then, oh my goodness, look at what happened. Captain Marvel, critics consensus, tomato meter, which means critics, 78%. Audience score, a whopping 56%. As I am filming this currently right now. Guess what? Out of 85,000 people, 640 people, 56% of people did not like this movie. That says a lot about what's happening. The whole narrative that they're trying to play, that she's going to come in, she's going to be the new head of the Avengers, that she's going to come in all the way from left field, and now she's going to be the leader of the A-Force. We're all going to stop in the middle of Avengers Endgame to have a selfie moment with every single female superhero to say, we stand with her. Even though all these different female superheroes who do not have the power of flight, mind you, or teleportation, just somehow flew or teleported to the exact spot from opposite sides of the battlefield to stand next to Brie Larson and say, we stand with her, and we're all gonna be together, and we're all gonna fight together. This is the A-Force. Guess what? Nobody liked that scene. You're in the middle of a battle. Could you imagine if they cut away from the men doing that? Or all the women when all the men leave, the women to go fight, and all the men just stand there to say, we stand behind Iron Man, and just takes a screen or like a selfie of all of the guys just standing there. No, people would freak out. But because it's Brie Larson, because it's a woman, guess what? SJWs are all over it. And look, this is what the people have spoken. 56% of people did not like this film that saw it. And guess what? I predict that it is going to go even farther. This number is going to get even higher for the amount of people that did not like this film. And that's because it's a bland film. You can go watch MauLer's review of it. Literally, she's a plank. There is nothing about her that is special. There is nothing about her character that makes me care about her. If anything, she is just a little thorn in the side of what was once a great franchise. And it's like that there's this quote, and I never thought I would have to say this about Marvel, but wow, oh my, how the mighty have fallen. And that is exactly what this is. But guess what? Everything that I have been saying, everything that every other YouTuber has been saying about this, that we've been calling out the truth about what has been going on, everything that we have predicted has happened. Everything that we have said is right, because we actually care about the movie. We actually care about these heroes. This is a superhero movie. This is not a place to inject your social justice politics, to come in and alienate half your audience. That's not what it's for. If you're going to have politics in a movie, have it be for in the universe, the way that it works. You go watch movies like Star Wars. Guess what? Padme was a politician. The politics made sense. Princess Leia, same exact thing. She was on a mission from the Imperial Senate. The politics of that universe fit within that movie. And guess what? That took place in a galaxy far, far away. You have Marvel, which is a universe like our own, but then you can look at the politics that were in Civil War. That type of stuff makes sense. It's like, hey, we're in a world full of superheroes. What is possibly going to happen? Here are the problems when you have superheroes and supervillains and they fight in a heavily populated city. This is the damage. These are real things. And they really touch on that in the Netflix Daredevil series with all the construction that's going on. The construction is booming because they had a massive fight in freaking New York. So yeah, that type of politics is what belongs in these movies. Not this SJW nonsense. That is not what sells movies, because SJWs don't go to movies. It's very apparent. Look, 56% of people did not like this movie, and this number is only going to continue to change in favor of the people that did not like this, because at the end of the day, this isn't a good movie. I wish that I was wrong. I wish that this would have been one of the best movies ever made, because in my opinion, if you're going to make a movie, why would you not want to make the best movie in the entire world? It completely baffles me when people go in and it's like, let's just make this movie because we need a filler. No, if you are going to make a movie, it should be something. It's not cheap to make a movie. It costs millions upon millions of dollars to make a movie. So if you're going to spend that much money, why don't you make the best thing that the world has ever seen and change the world? And they don't care. They don't. If you wanted to change the world with this, you should have gone with a different actress and a different script, because this was just complete. This speaks for itself. So, everyone, let me know what you think in the comments below. And this, probably after this video comes out, this number is going to change. So, we will check back in with this later. But until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. Hey, you want to own some prints of my artwork? Cool, go check out my Etsy store, The Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl. Or you can go over to Mindless Entertainment's Threadless account and purchase the design I did for Jessi Milestone of the Jessi Shot First t-shirt. If you'd like to send me some mail and see me open it up in a live stream, send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.